Hi everyone, and welcome to The Awakening by Paula. And I'm Paula, and of course I thank you for all watching my video about emotional wound healing. Now I want to share with you 3 common signs that that you may be carrying from unhealed emotional wounds. Of course, what I had said on the last video is what is emotional wound healing. So hopefully you may recognize some of these signs. So if you do recognize any of these signs within you that I will say, just know that you're not alone, you're not broken. It's just your soul now is really trying to get your attention and know that they want you to love yourself. So the first common theme that is about unhealed emotional wounds is that you repeat patterns. And I think I said that last time, that it is common that I have seen that. And I want to share with you that I have seen this and witnessed this with clients. So, and I have helped them to, by digging a little bit deeper and finding out where these traumas or unhealed wounds have come from. So giving you an example of repeated pattern, I had one client who had struggled with attracting very similar partners in her life. And even though at the beginning, they were all different, she noticed towards the end that they were the same. So we had to work on digging a little bit deeper to her childhood. And and this is with my help of my spiritual guides, that we zoned into her father. Now, for me, I'm very blessed that I can get the visions and that I'm given this. So her father was quite abusive in all ways. And of course, having this happen to her when she was very young, it made her feel like she needed to please her father so that he would give her the love that she needed. But the ways he was doing it was not healthy, which made her grow up feeling like all she needed to do was to please men, and then realize that they weren't the right people. They abandoned her, or they treated her, or they unfairly, or they actually never really felt that they loved her. So once we worked on releasing the trauma of that young girl, then she was able to move on and find that she could recognize the pattern that she was creating in her life. So that was one area. So repeating patterns, it's something to be aware of if it's in actually loving relationships, or it's even in friendships, okay? Now, the second common theme is emotional numbness or overwhelmed by little things. Now, I know we can all be like that, but again, sharing about a client that came in who felt that she never would share tears. She was someone that always kept quite strong and didn't face her emotions because, again, being in a family dynamics where she saw that from her mother, and her mother didn't show that love, she became where she didn't show any of that. So she became very numb. And when things were happening, she became very panicky, and anxiety started to fill her life, which then affected her as a mother to her children. Once we delved in again with digging how far this had been occurring in her life, that she felt like she needed to understand her own emotions and be able to recognize them and be able to heal from that. The shift then started happening, and I'm very proud of her because she has continued on with this. So again, when you feel quite closed off or switched off, it's only because you're not wanting to deal with your own emotions that could be deeply buried. And that's one thing with any emotional wound or trauma, usually stays buried and stays stuck. And we don't recognize that until we actually go through things. But then, of course, we also have to accept, recognize, and then deal with it, okay? Now, the last one, the third one, of course, is struggle to trust yourself and others. So if you have had that too as well, where you've struggled to trust, and this is a big one because it's common because of the lack of self-trust, but we project that to not trusting others. Now, a client that always second guesses their decisions and needs people to validate their decisions. So I've had this happen, and again, talking about a client who actually always did second guess herself, wondering if she was doing the right thing, always wanting somebody else's approval. And she learnt that from a very young age to actually feel safe. So in her environment, for her to feel safe, she felt she had to, and I want to say, to receive what she needed from her carers, which it could be her parents, was something that she felt she couldn't trust because it wasn't given to her. So for her, let's say, you know, again, and I say this because it's client confidentiality, but being a child that always behaved and did good but never got recognized or recognition, you start to lose faith and trust in those people that are the people that you search for love and care. And if this does happen, which did happen with this client, yes, it does create this problem of trying to express and trying to find somebody else that will make her feel loved, and also to trust herself. So she, of course, started to believe in this inner voice and realizing that she didn't need anyone else's approval. So she learned in time to really trust herself and her inner voice. So these are the three things. Now, what I want to also share with you as time goes on with these videos, I want to be able to share videos to help you through. So if you at all see any of these, you know, signs within your life, and you know that you have carried these emotional wounds, then look, I'm here to give you tools, exercise, and I want to be able to help you, guide you through this journey. So if this, relates with you, please know that keep up looking at my upcoming videos where I will give you, you know, practices that you can do daily. Okay, so look, thank you, and hopefully you can see the bigger picture, because no one is ever broken. No one is, you know, not meant to heal, but you have to trust and accept that your past is not in your present and doesn't need to be in your future. That choice is yours, but heal from the pain that you believe that maybe has gone, you know, it was your past, you're a child, but recognize this, that it is still within your psychic, within you, and your soul is just crying out that this is not how your life journey has meant to be. So again, thank you, and thanks. Keep subscribing to The Awakening of Paula. Remember, I'm on Psychic Messages by Paula on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm hoping in the future I will have my website up. So thank you again, guys.